What is going on, everybody? I feel a little bit better from my wisdom teeth extraction surgery or whatever, so we're gonna work on the 240. I am currently dealing with idle issues on the 240 after getting it started. We couldn't get it to pretty much stabilize, and then whenever you try to accelerate, it will just die. So I went ahead and bought some things on eBay or any other website. They sell this type of tune-up kit for the 240s. It comes with an air filter, which I had bought one previously, so I feel like an idiot. Comes with some NGK spark plug cables, NGK G-Power spark plugs, which I feel like an idiot times two because I bought these and replaced that already. Comes with a fuel filter, so this is nice. I did want to replace this just because the water did reach above this, so this is just something that you should replace just because it's like a wearable since it's a filter. Distributor rotor, this goes under the distributor cap inside the distributor, and the distributor cap. So this is the main reason why I wanted to pick this up, and a oil filter. This kit was about 140 bucks. I can't remember off the top of my head, but for any of you guys that have a 240 that would like to do a tune-up to your 240, I suggest this. There's other things that you need for like a maintenance job, but this is a good start. I like this kit. It's cool. I'm gonna work on replacing the distributor cap, rotor, and then finish it off with a new set of spark plug cables. Let's go out to the 240. But based off that picture that I'm reading, it shows, I don't see that pin. Here's the shadow is. There's some dots on that pulley. 5 is top dead center. They have a socket and the wrench on the bottom pulley, and I'm just kind of turning it until I reach that 5th dot or 5th marking on that pulley. You can't really tell on the camera, but I pretty much got the dot aligned with the alignment pin. So I learned something. So apparently there is such thing as 2 different top dead centers. One of them is the intake, or also known as the compression stroke, which means the lifters on the intake side opened up and are allowing air to go inside of the chamber, and it's compressing the air. And there's also a second time the stroke is going back up again, where it's the exhaust stroke, which is allowing the air to go out. Apparently the intake slash compressor stroke is the true top dead center from what I've read. Kind of important to know which time or which top dead center you are at in comparison to your timing of the distributor. So we're gonna find out whether or not I am on the proper TDC that I'm supposed to be on, so that I could align my rotor to be somewhere pointing forward.
It went up.
Okay. As you can see, it's pushing up on the tape. Now we got to find out where the piston's at. So now that we know that this is in the compression stroke, we can put in a really long stick or screwdriver or something. Okay, now I'm gonna turn it and see where we're at.
Up.
The alignment pin is basically on the 5th dot, which is good. It means we're at top dead center. And if you pay attention over here, rotor is pointing towards the exhaust, which means that's wrong. This is, I guess the term is called 180 turned out, or turned out 180, meaning our timing or distributor is backwards. So we got to remove this and point this forward. So now that we know that I did it wrong, everything else in the rest of the video should be pretty much correct. I just did this part backwards, but now that we know, we're not gonna do it backwards, right guys? So I hope the rest of the video helps you guys out. So I did it a couple times, and the 5th dot on the bottom pulley, I don't know if y'all can see it, it is top dead center. So I got it as close as I could. I'm comfortable moving on to the distributor. Next thing we're gonna be working on is just removing all of our spark plug cables. This middle one goes to whatever this solenoid over here is.
Let's go ahead and remove all these. Okay.
And now we have to remove the distributor cap. Small screw right here, and that's another one right here. Distributor cap is now removed, and I didn't even notice this, but it literally tells you the cylinders right there, so that could help whenever installing everything back. Right here is the rotor. Now I'm pretty sure you can just pull this off. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. When we removed this the first time, a bunch of water came out. But remove plug, we got this one. Oh, and another one right here for the adjustment, and I believe those are the only 2 bolts needed for the distributor. Alrighty, so I removed those bolts. Let's see if this pops out. Okay. Oh, but we do got some water. Look at this. Ugh. Clearly, we do have some water. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to get as much of that water out. Before installing, we wanna make sure that our new distributor rotor matches up with our old distributor rotor. Other than the 3 in the middle, all the numbers pretty much match up. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that we are good to go with our new rotor. Messing around with the distributor rotor, the little triangle, there's only gonna be one way to put it on, so you're not gonna be able to do it wrong. The number 1, I'm gonna try to align the rotor to that exact spot, and that should kind of get us as close to top dead center with our distributor. Now comparing the caps, this one is the new one, this one is the old one. They match up. Go ahead and install this onto our distributor. Rotor is pretty much aligned with this line, which is where cylinder 1 on the little cap is supposed to be at. Well, roughly I got it lined up, but as you can see, that is cylinder 1. It's pretty much lined up with this. So I wanted to explain a little bit on how to install your distributor. I don't have my distributor. I'm too lazy to go get it. It's also 4 in the morning, so I'm gonna use a water bottle. And so pretend this is like the little line on the edge, or as I guess just base it off this picture that I'm showing. There's this little line on the bottom, and then at the top there's a big pin, and then there's a little pin. Well, Nissan on their manual says that they want you to line up the big pin with the little line, so that by the time that it enters inside, I don't know if you can see that, it turns and it lands on the pin. But you can't really see that once you're installing it. So what I'm gonna tell you is try to line it up to your best as possible, the big pin to your little line, and when you're installing it, just pay attention to the rotor on the other end. And basically when you're installing it, the thing is gonna turn because of the little splines that it has. The rotor is gonna turn, and you're just gonna have to play around with it until it lands exactly where cylinder 1 is at. I hope that makes sense. So distributor assy is now on. Where the rotor is at lines up with cylinder 1. So we're gonna put cylinder 1 like that, and it goes on like this. Distributor installed, and now we're gonna go ahead and replace these cables with our new ones. These are the new spark plug cables, and I'm not the biggest fan of the blue, even though it's my favorite color, but it'll do for now. And they're labeled 1 through 4, with the 5th one just being like that extra one going to that whatever is in the fender. It might just be the little ricer boy in me, but it kind of looks sick. Like, just imagine the valve cover and everything was nice and clean, valve cover black. I think it looks sick. That concludes today's install. One tip for diagnosing purposes is keep all of your old parts just in case. I know we installed everything brand new, but something could be defective, and you could just go ahead and replace one of these in just to see if the outcome is different. All right, consistent cranking. Well. Clearly, my car didn't start, but if you stay tuned for a future Nissan video, you will see that I already found the issue and I fixed it. But for you guys that are doing this to your vehicle and you just simply want to replace parts, this video should help you guys out. And as long as your car is running before you do this, it should run after you do this. Unless you're messing with timing and stuff like that, then after that, you're on your own. But if this video did help you guys out, drop a like for your boy, comment, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless. Echale, ganitas.